Hey, my dark and lovely souls. My name is Lenny Graves, and I have a message from your demon, your guardian demon. Your guardian demon is kind of like your guardian angel, but a little bit different. He represents chaos and darkness and all that kind of stuff. He's kind of like your Rocky in the corner cheering for you. And tonight, I'm going to use these hands, this heart, these eyes, and this voice, and hopefully channel that energy through the cards and tell you what your guardian demon wants you to know today. So, let's find out. We blow on the deck like this, and a knock on it like this. And the flip, two cards popped. Now, it happens to me sometimes, so I was taking two, and it's a double meaning with it. And it's the King of Cups in Justice. Ooh, love, your due love. Justice, there might be a Libra involved. Let's pull two more cards. Three of Cups, Ten of Wands. My dark and lovely soul, you're going to have like an amazing like affair or love adventure. I'm going to coin that. It's a love adventure. I don't know. I don't know if it's the rest of your life. Is it? Maybe. Two of Pentacles. It depends how you want to balance that. But it's definitely like this great romance or this great tryst or love, right? I think that's pretty cool. I'm a sucker for things like that. And it just happens because you kind of do a little bit of fairy tale. Your life's been a little bit too mundane of late, or maybe you've had too much. I would say my life's a fairy tale, but the author's German. So maybe you've had that kind of fairy tale too much, too many witches' houses you had to escape from and stuff like that. So you kind of the universe is like, nah, we're going to give you a little bit of fun. And when I say a little bit of fun, it's a lot of bit of fun with the Three of Cups. But see, here I have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, and I think this has to do with how that relationship would develop. And let me pull a couple more cards to see if I'm not wrong about that. A Six of Wands, and I knew I wasn't because I'm psychic that way. And then the Empress. All right, so check it out. This affair, this tryst, this love that you're going to find, it's going to fall into your lap. It's going to be like 9.5 weeks. It's going to be like real cool and it's just going to be amazing, right? But you have to make the decision if you want that to be a longer or a less. It requires work for it to be a longer thing with the Ten of Wands. And that doesn't necessarily mean, because I'm really one of the first people to say you can't change a person. Started up Frog and Scorpion. And I do believe that, like, I love the little trolls that everybody's a bit of a fixer-upper. But even they say people don't really change. You just kind of change them a little bit. Um, but this would be like a person who maybe has issues they have to work through, or they might live in another state, or something there is difficult. To make that relationship become a better, longer relationship requires a balancing and work effort. And sometimes I say my dark and lovely souls, and this happens a lot, is it's kind of like Doctor Who. Let's just go right into the esoteric and start using Doctor Who as a reference. But you know how in Doctor there's certain points in time and space, they cannot be changed. They're fixed. This is not one of those. This is really kind of, you can do what you want with this. The universe is giving you an option. This is like a gift from Anana. I get that with the Empress, because you're due it. So what do you want in life? Do you want a long-term relationship? Because you can have it. You've manifested this with the Magician. You are due this. You are due this. Or, and you would be happy with the Ten of Cups because that goes with this card, but I want to show you two more. Or you can let it go and transform yourself with the Four of Cups and Temperance. You might like leave that relationship and just have a quick tryst. Can't use words. I can't use words, my dark and lovely soul. You might have just a quick, and that's good. And you might just have a quick tryst, right? And that's fine. Again, this is the message from your guardian demon, and he's all about fun and affairs and sin and all that kind of good stuff. You can do that. You can walk away from it, and it'll make you a little bit sad with the Four of Cups, but it might be transformative to you as a person with temperance. And I'm not going to tell you where that leads because you don't need to know. But you can also take that. Well, you do need to know. I'll tell you that's another reading another day. But you need to know that you could also manifest this into a happily ever after style relationship, but it definitely takes work on your part. Some people don't want to do that, and I understand that. Some people think that a relationship does not require work, and there are arguments that say that is absolutely true. And I would even say to the extent some of the better relationships don't. But I would also say some relationships do. Some people are worth working on, at least in my opinion. Everybody has a different value to a different person, right? And we all are valued different. That doesn't make us lesser or greater, you know what I mean? But some people are just worth it to us, right? Put the effort and the time in. During your affair, there's going to be a point during your affair, whatever it is, during your dating, your brief adventure with this person, your trip or whatever, there's going to be a point where you'll know if you like, do you want to extend this? And you're going to have to take work. It might take a leap of faith. Let's use the example. A person lives in another state and they're not going to move. You have to move. Would you do that? That would take work. It'd be a little bit scary and stuff like that. Do you have to do it? Absolutely not. You can go take another path. And trust me, there's another path open there for you. Temperance is a card of alchemy. It's a card of shifting and change. But you can also go that way. What way do you want to do it? That's up to you. It depends maybe on how you feel about this person. I think there's strong relations. Do they have strong feelings? There's so many strong feelings with the Knight of Wands. It's ridiculous. I think there's strong feelings involved there. If it's love, then, what does Huey Lewis say? The power of love keeps you home at night. This will make you want to go. It'll make you do whatever you need to do, and you're going to go ahead and jump out and do that. You have to kind of manifest it with the magician energy, but you'll absolutely be able to do that. But you have choices not to. This is not a fixed point in fate. This is your choice. I'm just kind of telling you about the curves that's coming, or I'm not telling you it's a guardian demon. But what you should do is really, again, up to you regarding this. And this is why this is a demon reading and not an angel reading. We don't deal with fate with our demons. We deal with self-determination. What do you want, my dark and lovely soul? Do you want love, or do you want what's I feel like that's your guardian demon. He's like Monty. What was that guy's name? Monty Hall in Let's Make a Deal? Do you guys remember? That's so old. That's so old. And he would give you like, do you want that, or do you want behind what's door number one? That's kind of what you got here from the universe. You'll have a relationship that you can actually kind of shape into a really good relationship. Do you want that? You can have it. Or do you want what's behind door number two? I don't know. Maybe it's something cool. Maybe it's something not. And remember, if you ever watched Let's Make a Deal, a lot of times what was behind door number two was not as cool as what was being offered. So there's no guarantee that that's going to be something better. I'm not trying to tease you, like allure you away. And again, I suspect this relationship hasn't even happened yet. For most of you guys, it's going to pop in your life, and you're going to have an option to make a really lasting love affair or move into a different direction, which I'm not going to tell you where that's going to take you, but both are completely viable. So that's my cryptic reading. Isn't that neat? But that's what your guardian demon wants you to know today. Like I said, demon readings are really a lot about self-determination and chaos and mixing things up. Your guardian demon likes those points in fate where it's up to you, because you took the bite of that apple, right? Or our species did, metaphorically or truthfully, however you want to do that. We have free will. We determine we could actually override like the will of the gods, if you will. So demons think that's just the greatest thing in the world. You are at one of those points where you're at a point of free will. So how do you use that free will? Again, do you want true love, happily ever after story, or what's behind door number two? I'm not going to tell you. You're going to know what it is. And also, again, my dark and lovely soul, really weigh that. I'm getting that from your demon too. Is weigh that person against like, what do you want to do, right? At the end of the day, this is entirely your choice and what's going to make you happy. So that's how that works, my dark and lovely soul. My name is Lenny Graves, and you can find me here at The Lenny Graves on TikTok and YouTube. You can find me at Dysfunctional Enlightenment on Facebook and Instagram, because I like to be difficult that way. If you like the way I read cards, and I hope you do, you can get a personal reading from me at thelennygraves.com. I also do magic spells, sell books, all kinds of fun stuff you might dig. And my dark and lovely soul, your guardian demon is always with you. He's looking out for you. He's kind of like on your left shoulder, right? Doing his thing. Got your angel on your right, whispering as you need to, but you're at a point of free will coming up. Do you want to choose one life or another life? But you definitely have options either way, and that's what the universe wants you to know. I'm going to go like this, my dark and lovely souls. Have the best night, and take care of yourself. You're amazing.